Hello, friend. This is Ryan Hicks of TalkToProfit.com, and today I want to talk to you about some of the things you might want to look out for on the road to success. One of the first things I want to mention is the fact that just you being successful will feel like an insult to some people. Let me explain. You going about doing your business, putting a lot of hard work in, doing it very intelligently, so you're working smarter and harder, will reflect a mirror back to other people who see their lack of activity, their inactivity in life, how they're barely doing anything, how they're not being productive and they're not being active. They don't take any action. And so it'll feel like just you existing, the successful, high vibration, take action person that you are, just existing reflects a mirror back to them in shame, where they feel bad about themselves. Not because you've done anything. You're not going around gloating. You're not going around rubbing in their face. You're not going around telling them how little they're doing. And yet they will approach life that way, as if you've somehow insulted them by being successful. This is why you must be in a high vibration state and understand that some people are going to leave. Some people are not going to want to be around you. And that's all right. That's not a bad thing. It may seem like a bad thing at first, especially for somebody you've known for years, you've been friends with them for years. But the reality is, you don't want to be around people who are going to hold you back. They aren't even good friends at all if they don't want you to succeed, if they want you to be hindered and pulled back to their level of low expectations and low results. So if some people start falling off and not wanting to be around you as much, don't let that dissuade you. Now, it may not happen. What could happen, though, is that your friends who maybe aren't doing a whole lot, maybe they're not successful, will be brought up and want to achieve more by seeing your example. This is completely dependent on them, the place they're at in life, their spirituality, and where they're going in life. You can't change that. If you try to push, you'll just push them away even more. But by being that example, it will bring some people up. Some people, they're looking around at the world, they're seeing all the mediocrity and the failure, and they look in their own lives and see the same mediocrity and failure, and they see your life as an example of success and achievement and productivity. And some people are going to say, I want that. I don't want this mediocrity and failure I'm existing in. I don't want to be average. I want to rise up and do more and be like them. Now, another thing that happens is as you get successful, you get a little taste of success. You start getting a few things here and there. Maybe you earn $1 million or something. And there comes this natural tendency, and it's part of the wiring of humanity, to let off the effort, to not do as much, to relax, to enjoy the fruit of your labors, which is a good thing. But it's not just enjoying the fruit of your labors, it's relaxing and not doing the same effort you were doing to get to where you are. What happens inevitably is you will start shrinking back and losing ground. And if you don't get it under control, you will start heading into a tailspin towards failure. This happens so many times. And I can say in my own life, I've experienced this by my own actions, where I got very successful, and I didn't stay doing the things I was doing that got me the success in the first place, and it led to problems. So whatever you do, don't let up. Now, there may be times you need to sell a business or have managers take over and you go do some other endeavors. That's all right. But don't slow down. Let your business keep growing. It doesn't have to require you to be there, but you keep going and being active in other endeavors. Especially if you're an entrepreneur, that's kind of what you do, is you find needs that need to be met and you go meet them. And so you may build a business, it's doing well on its own. You bring somebody else in to take over and you go move on to other endeavors. But you don't let up. You don't quit. You don't shrink back and stop doing as much as you were doing because now you have some money so you can just relax. No, you can relax. Everybody relaxes, but it doesn't mean you let up the effort. It doesn't mean you stop taking action. and you don't start becoming a person who's living life only to relax, living life only to be entertained. As the scripture says, that she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. You don't want to live a life for pleasure alone. You understand if you got to a certain place in life and you had some success, the road there wasn't all fun. It wasn't all games. It wasn't just happiness and peace the whole way. There were some struggles. But you can take your knowledge that you've learned, the wisdom you've gained from that, into your new endeavors, work even harder, but it'll be even easier. And there won't be as many problems, and there won't be discord. And you'll start to learn of the truth of the scripture. In Proverbs chapter 10, verse 22, it says, the blessing of the Lord, it maketh rich, and he addeth no sorrow with it, no toil with it. You just start getting blessing after blessing, and you can't shut it off. But you don't want to shut it off anyway, because you're continuing to take action, and you're not doing anything that would jeopardize that success that you have obtained and continue to strive and go even further ahead in. And the last point I'm going to leave you with is, in success, you're going to have a lot of hard work. You'll have times and periods where you have no days off. Bill Gates is famous for saying in his 20s, he took no days off. No vacation, no days, no breaks, and he was working sometimes 12, 16-hour days. You must understand that might be required of you if you want to be successful. It's not cut out for everybody, I get that. It might not be either. There are so many advances in technology and stuff today that you can do so much more in a very short period of time. But be committed to what you're doing, committed to the success. And if it takes a 16-hour day, if it takes 7-day work weeks, you do that. Now, obviously, you should have some rest in there. I would encourage you to read some edifying material, read the scripture, read Proverbs, and edify yourself. That be your relaxation. And then get back to work. But commit yourself to it. Be diligent. Know that a man that is diligent in his business, he'll stand before kings. God will reward you greatly. He'll bless you greatly. But he can't do that if you're indolent. He can't do that if you shrink back. He can't do that if you're lazy and you're looking to be entertained and just live in pleasantries and pleasure all the days of your life. You can have a great life full of great things and blessings and joy and peace, but understand that some of it might take some hard work. That doesn't mean it's miserable. That doesn't mean it's awful or drudgery. It just means you might have to work hard, and you need to commit yourself to it and not shrink back. My friend, I pray this video was a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.